Hello everyone, this is Kyrix again. Um, well, as I'm sure you noticed, this video, I made a video yesterday complaining about Google+, and this video is being made because it still isn't fixed, not that I expected it to be fixed in a day, but this is basically my ultimatum to YouTube. I am giving you guys about 2 weeks, and if this isn't fixed, if this isn't dropped, I'm taking my channel and moving it elsewhere. I'll leave it up on YouTube for those of you who want to continue watching my old videos. But once the 2-week marker has been hit, I will no longer upload anything new to YouTube until this is fixed. Should it ever become fixed, I will probably come back to YouTube. But if they haven't done it by 2 weeks, I don't think they ever will. And I think only by threatening to leave en masse will they realize that it's not worth it to get a couple Google Plus subscribers that don't want to be there in order to lose an entire company of YouTube, because that's the thing is they're doing it as a numbers grab. Not enough people. That I don't even know how to. I just can't talk. I'm so frustrated with this. I don't sound it, but I am seething right now. But basically, here's how YouTube looks at the issue, or not YouTube. How Google seems to be looking at the issue. They create Google Plus, like, oh, this is gonna be the new Facebook. People are gonna love it. And I'm sure it's wonderful, I really am, but I don't use my own Facebook. Why would I use yours? And then they get the numbers, and they're like, oh, look, people aren't joining it in the numbers we thought. They don't think, okay, what can we do to make this compete with Facebook? They think, well, something must be wrong with these people. Hey, let's combine all the people we have. That's padding the numbers. That's false. That's not a real thing. Google, it doesn't matter how many, if you get 20 million people off of YouTube in a day, it doesn't count because they're not really there for Google Plus. They're not going to use their Google Plus, except when you force them to. I guarantee you those people here who have bitten the bullet and gotten their Google Plus changeover things, only go on there to check their inbox and use their comments because you forced them to do that. If you took that away, those Google Plus accounts would just sit there in the corner and rot. Now, I mentioned a couple things in my video yesterday, like I was going to change to a new channel. The channel I couldn't remember the name of is Dailymotion, the website, and the other one that's an alternative is Blip, because a lot of Let's Players use Blip. I do have a Dailymotion account, and I've actually spent the day prettying it up a bit, putting my avatar on there, giving it a once-over. Here's the thing, I don't want to move. It took me forever to build a viewer base here on YouTube. I mean, I just hit 51 subscribers the other day. I know there's some people out there with thousands, but this is a big deal for me. I'm halfway to 100. I had the goal of hitting 100,000 views so that I could start using the auto uploader. And let's not even forget the sheer backlog of videos I have, transporting my entire video library over to a new channel. 2 new channels even? That's a lot of work, and I don't want to do it. And there's also the fact that for as many times as I've been screwed by YouTube, it has a sentimental place to me. It really does. I love YouTube, and I don't want to see what's happened to it happen anymore. I mean, I'll still be watching some YouTube stuff. Like, I don't think the Runaway guys and their associated members are going to run to a new website. I don't think Fee's going to do it. Some of my friends on YouTube probably won't. Then again, maybe they will. Maybe a bunch of you guys are going to follow me if I go to Dailymotion. I don't know. But we're going to put a date on this. It is now November 7th, 2013. You have until November 21st, which is probably Thanksgiving this year, because they keep moving it. It's always on a Thursday, though, I think. But you have until November 21st, YouTube. And then, if this is not fixed, then I will make one final video. And that video will be basically me leaving. I will probably... I might come up with the logistics, but I don't know. I might continue to post the Metroid challenge of Pokemon Fire Red Omega, simply for the ease of my fellow competitors. Or I could talk to them and we could just go on to Daily Motion, or I could just put mine on Daily Motion and they keep theirs on YouTube. You know, I'm still watching your videos, guys. I'm not leaving that. Because, you know, it's not your fault that friggin' Google is a bunch of asses and doing this to us. So I'm still going to support your videos for as long as you continue to make them there. I myself will probably not. I'm probably going to go to, like I said, if they haven't fixed this, I'm probably going to go to Dailymotion, and I'm just going to flat out say, look, this is uncalled for. This is not right. There's nothing about this that is good. The fact that you're bullying us like this, you're harassing us, you're forcing us to do things we don't want. It's not in a sexual context, but that's a pretty good description of rape. You know? We're being account raped. And I know that's a charged word, and I know there are some people who are sensitive about that word who are going to throw a fit with me, but it's the only word that describes what's being happened, and what's more, it's the only word that shows how we feel. We are being violated as YouTubers. We didn't want Google Plus. We don't like Google Plus. We don't know Google Plus, and we don't want to. And yet, it's being shoved down our throats. It's being forced into our accounts. All of them. Everything linked to Google is being done. Hey, here's Google Plus. Take it or leave it. You know. Oh, I'll leave it. Okay, you're leaving everything else too. No. That's not how it works. But yeah, this is harassment. This is rape. This is a violation of our civil rights. I mean, it's wrong on so many conceivable levels. So I'm not the kind of person who normally does this, and I feel so dirty for even saying this. But I want you, if you agree with this, to hit like on the videos. If you're one of those people who can comment, you poor people who were suckered into having Google Plus, then please do. If you're one of those people who wanted Google Plus, well, that's wonderful for you. I don't hate you. Please comment, you know. I mean, most of the people who even like Google Plus have to agree this is bullshit. And if someone does post that they actually don't agree that I'm overreacting, don't flame him in the comments section. I myself will not be replying to any of your comments. If I do reply, it'll be through private message because I am not getting Google Plus. If you get put into the spam section of the comments, I'm sorry, I have no control over it. I can't adjust that unless I get Google Plus, and we've just established I'm not doing that. So if you log on later and see that your comments aren't showing up, please send me a private message, you know? If I don't answer it within a day, it probably means Google ate it, so... because I will reply, you know, even if it's something vaguely nonsensical, like, oh, yeah, you tell them. I'll reply to that, you know? Because I want... That's what irks me, is the fact that I can't comment at all. Because that's what I do this for. I do this for the interaction. I want to talk to my fans. I want to talk to my viewers. I want to talk to my critics and my detractors. I want to see what it is I'm doing right and what it is I'm doing wrong. And the best way to do that is to talk to the people who think I'm doing right or doing wrong. But again, please like this. Maybe it will get someone's attention. Please find as many people you can, as many videos as you can who are ranting about YouTube and Google+. Like their videos. Make your own videos. Make 1,000. I don't care. Send me the link in a private message. I'll go on there. I'll watch the thing. I'll like it. If enough of us like these videos, maybe they will stop. You know? And I hate to be one of those people who just whores that out. Yeah, please like my video. This is for a message. This isn't just, oh, I want you to like my video so that I know you like me. No. This is, I want you to like the video so that they might notice. Because, I'll tell you one thing. I have some pretty good views and likes on some of my music videos. But I don't think I've ever seen a video of mine grow the way yesterday's video did. It's up to like 70-something views and like 20 likes already. Something along those lines. I mean, let me look. It's like 67 views and 13 likes. Okay, I was a little off, but That's a big deal. I've never had a video grow that fast, so apparently I've hit a nerve. No, Google has hit a nerve, and our reflexes are kicking in, and it's not going to be pretty. It's just... I encourage you, give them 2 weeks. Give them a chance to fix this, and if they don't, leave. I'm going to. I had a friend of mine make a snarky comment, no, you know you're just going to get Google Plus and come crawling back. No, I'm not. I want to stay here, but I'm not going to if they make me do these things. This isn't worth it to me. This is not the YouTube account I envision myself having with Google Plus, where I have to log into another website to read my email from YouTube, to comment to other videos, to do all these stupid little things they're forcing me to do, all these hoops I have to jump through. It's not YouTube. I mean, YouTube's gone through a couple changes over the years, and apparently they got rid of video replies, which I never used them, but no, don't take those away. And as for this whole thing about, oh, well, people can be abusive. People can be abusive in person. I've been bullied my whole freaking life, and I'm not going to be bullied by some corporation who thinks they have us by the balls. You know? And here's the wonderful thing I've noticed about those things that nobody likes. There's this... I go into things where they're just flat out flame wars in the comments, and you'll see this one guy who gets people riled up, and it'll say, this comment marked as spam. Show, don't show. And if you click show, you can see it. And if you don't, that hateful or hurtful comment is blocked. You don't have to read it. And it doesn't take Google managing my comment section that they have no right to be in. And here's where I'm starting to get mad. I went on to my YouTube and Google Plus video today, and they had the fucking gall to say some of these may be spam. I don't care. Show me. It's my video. This is my account. You do not have the right to block things that other people say to me. Get the fuck out of my conversations, Google. I don't want you here. Anyway, congratulations. You just heard me get mad. A little bit, but still. I don't do that very often, but when I do, oh my god. Because you've seen me on the frustration kind of mad on my videos if you've watched them, where I just get that funny kind of mad. No, this is the... If I were in the room with someone responsible for this, I'd have fucking hit them. And I don't know if I'd have stopped. I really don't. But anyway, if you want to get in contact with me, I do check my messages as long as Google actually sends them to me. I will reply to them if you send me inbox messages. Like I said, like the video, find other people making these videos like them, make your own videos, send them to me, I will like them, other people will like them. We will just swarm them in negative comments until they get the picture, because I was part of a game. It's now called Infection Survivor Stories, but at the time it was called The War Z. It was a zombie apocalypse survival MMO. And they did a lot of things wrong. They didn't listen to their fans half the time. But one in particular stands out, where they came up with this update, and they were real excited about it. Because what happens in the game is you die, and you have an hour-long cooldown. And then you can log back into that character. Well, they decided, no, we're going to make it a 4-hour-long cooldown and sell you cooldown reduction things. And the forums exploded. Because naturally, it's crazy to make us wait an hour to play a character to begin with. Keep in mind, this is not a free-to-play thing. This was you pay us $15 to $50 or whatever when you buy the game, and you get special perks. Like, my account ended up costing me like $30. And then you're given like 5 character slots, and if any of them die, you have to wait an hour for them to come back. And then they want to say, no, you know what? Let's make them take a 5th of a day or a 6th of a day to come back. Or you can come back early by spending money. No. And the forums exploded, and people stopped playing the game, and 4 days later they changed it. They changed it back. They rolled it back. They came out with a sheepish apology like, wow, we don't know. We thought you wanted to give us money. No, we gave you our money. Let us play our damn game. And then there's in recent memory that more people might be familiar with, the whole Xbox One thing. Microsoft was real excited. The Xbox One was going to be the wave of the future. And it had things like a camera that never turned off, and a microphone that never turned off, and games that you never owned because you downloaded them and they were digital. So you couldn't trade them, you couldn't sell them, you couldn't loan them to your friends. If someone wanted it, they had to get their own copy, and that was wonderful because that would show GameStop and those other people who are taking money from Microsoft. Except, you know what? Players don't like being spied on. We don't like that you can see us when we don't know it. We don't like that you can listen to us when we think we're alone. And you know what else we don't like? We don't like not being able to loan our games out to our friends. I have a couple really awesome digital games on my PlayStation 3. I can't take them to my friend's house and play and show them off. I have to take my PlayStation over there. I can't loan it to my friends. When I'm done playing it, I can't give it back. I can't say, here's this. Can I have $20 or something? Because it was an $80 game. I don't own any $80 games, but just run with me here. They don't like that their game doesn't belong to them, that if something happens to their account, like if you delete their online account, they have to buy their entire collection again. And they were vocal, and they stood up and they said, no, take the Xbox One and shove it up your ass. We don't want this. And you know what Microsoft did? They caved. Because it wasn't worth losing their entire audience over this. And you know what, YouTube? As wonderful as Google Plus may be, and I'll admit, I haven't messed with it. I don't know. It could be fucking social media utopia. But I'm not a social networking person. And I don't want to be. I don't like that. I don't have a Twitter account. I have a Facebook account to play a game on. I kind of made one for YouTube, but I don't use it. Don't do this to us. I've been a loyal YouTuber for a little over a year, and before you guys shut down my original account, I was on for about 2 or 3 years making music videos. And you guys fucked me, and you know what? I got over it, and I came back. But this is not something I'm going to get over. This is something I shouldn't have to get over. This is something you, Google, need to get over. You need to get over yourselves. I know you're some massive multinational corporation, and you have all this money and all this power and all this influence, and you've forgotten why you have all this money. Because we give it to you. All this power, because we give it to you. All this influence, because we give it to you. And what we give you, we can take away. We don't have to use YouTube. There are other sites out there. YouTube's one of the better ones, but there are other sites. We don't have to use Google search engine. There are other search engines out there. We don't have to use Gmail. I have Hotmail. I have a Gmail account for this, but I use Hotmail for my real email. We don't need Google+. There's Facebook. Hell, there's probably still MySpace. There's a couple others out there. We don't need you. And if you don't quit this, we're going to realize it. And then you're the ones who are going to be fucked. Is that really what you want? Because I don't think it is. So, Google, YouTube, Google. Those things shouldn't be the same. Up until you started with the Google Plus thing, I honestly had no idea that Google and YouTube were even remotely linked, and I liked it that way. Let's go back to that. That was a fun time. There are probably still people who would love to be in Google Plus, and sure, let them have it. I don't care. They can have all the Google Plus they want. I'll bet there's some YouTubers who would love to be part of Google Plus as well, and so be it. Cool. I'm happy that you like it. I really am. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for Google. But don't force it on the rest of us. This should be a choice, not a requirement. I described it to a friend as, this is like saying, well, you can't watch The Hub. Why not? Because you don't own any Transformers. If you don't give Hasbro their money, you can't watch their TV. Do you know how stupid that is? You know? And what's more, all you're doing is building resentment to your product. There aren't people making videos, oh, I don't want to be on Google+. There are videos saying, I hate Google+, because you're forcing it on us. You know? I would rather have one person watch my video because they want to than 10,000 watching it because they have to. Because those aren't the people who are going to leave the good comments. Those aren't the people who are going to like me. And I don't mean push the button. I mean people who enjoy me. Those aren't the people who are going to want to watch my videos. Like, say, my videos are tacked onto their email. They can't check their email unless they watch 10 minutes of one of my videos. I don't want that. There are people who probably would, because they're just numbers whores. But I'd rather have a small viewer base of people who like my videos and enjoy them than to force them down everyone's throats. Because that just builds resentment. That builds bullying. Because you know what's going to happen, YouTube and Google, is all those trolls and abusive comments you were going to try and get rid of? It's going to turn into people just making abusive comments to Google. People finding ways into people's Google Plus accounts and saying, how dare you support these people, It's going to lead to people hacking Google Plus, It's going to lead to them crashing your servers. It's going to lead to them doing all sorts of things that angry people do. I mean, right now, you're lucky you've got a kind of an Occupy Wall Street thing going where we're all just protesting. We're a little disorganized, but we're making a stand. But it could turn into something, well, the online version of violent, if you don't check this. And there are two ways to check this. There's the wrong way and the right way. The wrong way would to just be start deleting things, because all that's doing is making things even worse, because that will turn your supporters into your detractors, and then you'll delete them, and there's no one left. Or you could do what you should have always done. Separate these. If people want to link their accounts, that's fine. Mine is linked to my Facebook account. I never got messages from Facebook saying, hey, we heard you got a YouTube account. Link us or else. That was something I did of my own free will. And that's how it should have been. That's how Google Plus should be. You should tell me. You should give me a pop-up maybe once as I log into YouTube saying, hey, you want to join with Google Plus? Here's all the benefits. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And if I say no, you say, okay, if you change your mind, go into your settings, go to link to Google Plus, and have a nice day. And then you never pop up again. And when I go to comment, I don't get a thing, hey, you want to join Google Plus? What happens when I click comment? I click comment, I type my text, I press post, and it does. It posts. That's how YouTube should be. Make it that again, please. I don't want to leave, but I won't stay. Okay, I've gotten massively out of the character, I guess you could say, that I've been associated with, even via my Let's Plays, and I go all over the place with those. But this is a glimpse of the real me. This is how I am. And this is why the whole anonymity thing is a thing, because I can create a character on YouTube where I come in and I get to be Kyrix. I get to be that guy who has fun playing video games, and I can be goofy, I can be ragey, I can be mad, I can just be laughing my ass off. And it is a part of me, but it's not me, It's who I get to be for the camera. But what you have right here isn't Kyrix. It's me. It's the real me. It's the guy behind the laptop screen. And I'm enraged. I'm frustrated. I'm betrayed by YouTube. And that's why this video exists. And I know I should have ended this thing 5 minutes ago, but I just can't. There's so much to say, and I'm not done speaking, And every time I get ready to wrap it up, something new rears its head and says, maybe you should talk about this. So this is a heartfelt, emotional plea to Google, to YouTube, to the people who are members of both, and to the people who just stumble on here, hoping to see kitty cats and end up with some picture of a larvitar with a laptop and some guy just talking to you. I want to fix YouTube. We all want to fix YouTube. None of us are on here because we hate YouTube. And if you are, you're doing it wrong. You don't come on here. You don't make a YouTube account to say, oh, I can't stand YouTube. This place is garbage. But maybe you should. Maybe if you have a microphone, you should make a little YouTube account and record yourself a little audio. Just get yourself a little picture like I have and record a little audio rant saying, look, I come on here to look at cat videos. I come on here to do this. And you're making it miserable for everybody. You know? You might not get any views. You might not get any attention. But if enough videos pop up, they're bound to notice. Whether they react, who knows, but they will notice. We'll make them notice. So, I think I've run out of things to rant about. So, I'm Kyrix. And this is my video, my ultimatum to YouTube. Fix this, or I'm leaving. Bye, everyone.